Hello and welcome to the Walking Talking Topic Multi-Mark Week 1 Question 1 with me, Mr. Barton. Now here is a typical question you'll be faced with in your GCSE. Loads of information, loads of stuff going on, and crucially loads of marks up for grabs, and you've just got to make sure you get as many of them, or ideally all of them. So let's have a read through, highlight a few keywords, and then make a start on this question. A colour of paint is called ochre, I think I'm pronouncing that right. It is made using a recipe with white, red, blue and yellow paint. The breakdown of the percentages are shown in the table. White 90, red 5, blue 3 and yellow 2. Catherine has already bought 2.5 litres, I'll make a little note of that, of blue paint. Okay, she decides to buy, so she's going to need some more white, she's going to need some more red and she's going to need some more yellow to use with all her blue paint. That's going to be important. So every bit of that 2.5 litres has got to go to make as much ochre paint as she can. The sizes of tins of paint available are 1 litre, 2.5 and 10. Obviously that's going to come into play. She can only buy full tins of paint. Poor Catherine's only got a small shed, so she wants as little paint left over as possible. How much of each colour of paint will she need to buy? Now, cost doesn't come into the play at all here. Catherine, we're assuming she's rolling in the money. She just wants as little leftover paint as possible. Right, how are we going to start this question? Well, I think a good place to start is the fact that we know she's got 2.5 litres of blue paint. So let's have a mess around with blue paint. We've got blue paint. So she has 2.5 litres and she needs to use all of that up. Now, blue paint stands for 3% of this whole kind of paint combination. So that 2.5 litres is essentially 3% of her entire mixture. Now, once we have that fact, that's going to enable us to work out what 1% of the mixture is. Because if we know what 3% is, we can get 1%. So let's turn to our trusty calculator here and let's tap in that 2.5 divided by 3 is going to give me, now it says it as 5 over 6. Now if you're happy working with fractions, that's going to be a lot more accurate for the rest of the question. So I'm going to keep it like that. So 1% is equal to 5.6 litres. Now the advantage of that is we can now work out how many litres of all the other paints we need. Let's take the big one first. Let's go for white. So let's take white. Now white we need 90%. Well, if 1% equals 5/6 litres, but we want 90%, we're going to need to do 5/6 times by 90. Well, our calculator can handle that very nicely. If I times that by 90, I get 75 litres. So she's going to need 75 litres of white paint. How's she going to do that with as few tins left as possible? Well, if it's sold in 10s and 2.5s and 1s, I think she's going to need 7 lots of 10 litres. That's going to give her 70. And she's also going to need 2 lots of 2.5 litres. And that is going to give her the 75 that she needs. Well, that's white sorted. Easy stuff. What about red? Let's have a look here. So red paint. And notice how I'm trying to set this out neatly so the examiner knows exactly what I'm doing here. Let's have a look at the red paint. So red is worth 5%. So 1% was worth 5/6 litres. 5% must be worth 5 lots of that. So on my calculator, I'm going to do 5 multiplied by, and let me get my fraction, 5/6. What's that come to? Now that's come to 25 over 6. That's not that easy a number to deal with. So I press my little SD button and that tells me that's 4.16 recurring. 4.1 and a load of 6s. So that's how many litres of red she needs. What's going to be the best way to get that with to minimise how much paint's left over? Well, she could get 2 lots of 2.5 litres. That would be fine. But that's going to... Well, yeah, in fact, that's probably going to be the best way, right? Because either way, she's going to end up needing to get 5 litres. So she can either buy 5 1 litres or she can buy 2 lots of 2.5. I'm going to get her to have 2 lots of 2.5 litres of paint. And that's going to give her the 5 litres that she needs. So that's Catherine sorted. She's buying 2 lots of 2.5 litres of red paint. So we've sorted out white, we've sorted out red. Let's get a bit of blue on the go. So blue paint here. That's going to be equal to... Oh, sorry, blue. We've done blue. Forget blue. She's already sorted for that one. Yellow paint. That's what needs doing next. Yellow paint. So she needs 2% of this. So 1% is equal to 5/6 litres. So 2% just move that into camera, must be equal to 2 lots of 5 6 litres. Well, let's bang that again into the calculator. 2 lots of 5 6, and that's going to be equal to, its calculator tells me 5/3, let me SD that, that's going to be 1.666 litres. Well, the best way to get that, she could either buy a 2.5 litre tin, and she's going to have 2.5 litres then, but she doesn't quite need that. I think 2 1 litres are going to be best for her there. So let's get 2 lots of 1 litre, and that's going to give her the 2 litres that she needs. So to cut a long story short, she's sorted on a blue. For a white, she's going to need 7 lots of 10 litres and 2 lots of 2.5. For a red, 2 lots of 2.5 will do her, and for a yellow, 2 lots of 1 litre will do her. None of that maths is particularly tricky, but it's trying to figure out exactly what you need to do that's going to kind of make or break it with these big multi-mark questions.